Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm the Gnarly Gnome. I have no idea what I'm doing anymore. There still is not a new intro video because, Jesus, it's been so freaking busy lately. That's a good thing, but it means that I still am just rolling with the old intro video with the new show. That's fine. You guys know how it works. This is not a show, because if it was, that would be an issue. And it's not an issue, so it's not a show. You hang out with me on Monday nights live around 9:30-ish, although it is 9:30 on the dot right now. This may be the most on time we've ever been. I don't know what that means. Maybe it's going to go off the rails from here. I don't know. My family's not home, so we can just drink as much as we want and get as loud as we want, and nobody can tell us not to. It's a live show. It's a happy hour. We hang out, we drink together, and all of that makes it what it is. So as you chime into the live show, tell us what you're drinking. Marco is having a psychopathy. That sounds delicious. Julia is having a 9.5% Baltic Porter from Zvajek. What is that? Is that a brewery? Zvajek? Is that how you pronounce it? Zvajek? Zvajek! Is it? You have to say it angry? I don't know. I don't know what that is, but it sounds delicious. I like Baltic Porters. I was supposed to do the show last week, and I didn't because life. But I've got this really, really weird. I mean, we'll start off. This is a walnut liqueur. It's not going to focus on it. I think it's going to see my face. There it is. Maybe. Nope. No focus. Doesn't matter. It's called Orahovic. Orahovic. It's a walnut liqueur. Then it says Darna. I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't understand any of this. Somebody tell me what this is. You can't tell me what it is if you can't see it. I don't know. It's a little tiny bottle. And, there's words. Hang on. All right. Let's see. Truth up in Lebanon. Julia says I pronounced it as good as she did. Colin says Dippa. I assume that is a West Side Dippa. That is, in my opinion, the only Dippa. Although people can fight me if they think differently. This is, okay. All right. This tells me what it is. All right. Orahovic is a traditional walnut liqueur. No, it says walnut liquor. It's 20%. There's, okay. On the front, it's a liqueur. On the back, it says it's a liquor. It's not a liquor if it's 20%. That has been enjoyed in our region. I don't know where their region is. For centuries. This sophisticated, nutty liquor is moderately sweet with a hint of natural caramel flavor. It can be consumed in a variety of cocktails over ice. No, not over ice. Over iced. Or chilled. Enjoy Darna's Orahovic as a dessert drink after a fine meal. I've not had a fine meal, but I'm going to enjoy it regardless. All right, we're going to crack it open. There's a little tiny cap. Don't care. I have over iced. I'm going to go over iced. Orahovic. Yeah, we're gonna do that. That's fine. Everything's fine. Okay. Cheers, everybody. Prost. Ooh, okay. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't smell as sweet as I was anticipating. Ooh, this is going to be fun. All right, I'm going to dive into this. Orahovic. I don't know where it's from at all. It doesn't. Okay, it should tell me here somewhere. Croatia. Okay. Yeah, fine. Ooh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's my speed. Oh yeah, it's sweet, it's nutty. It's like if you took um man, it's not walnuts. It's like oh man, no, I don't know what that is, but I freaking love it. That's amazing. Colin says Italian, only walnut liqueur I've ever had. No, this is Croatian. And on the front, it says it's a liqueur. On the back, it tells me it's a liquor. It's 20%. So I mean, it's definitely sweet. So it's a liqueur. But man, that's good. No, that's great. I need more of that. There's like chunks in my glass though. I don't know if that's my glass or if it's the or a Hovic. Either way. It's definitely sweet. Um, super sweet. But man, like after dinner, ooh, that's 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 great. That's fun. I need a big old bottle of that. All right, we're gonna just finish that right in there like that, and then do this. We'll get all that in there. There we go. Yep. Prost, or whatever you say in Croatia. What is that? How do you say cheers in Croatian? Is that, does anybody know? Is that, it's got to be a thing. Oh, yeah. I wish there was a little bit more of like a tannic kind of snap to it to kind of clean it up at the end, but oh. Yeah, that reminds me of like when I was a kid, there was this one summer where we at my grandparents' house. Uh, uh, I don't know what these like big squares of styrofoam came from. There were these big giant squares of styrofoam that my grandpa gave me and my sister, and we built these like houses out of these big giant squares of styrofoam on the hill at my grandparents' house. And we built this whole village of styrofoam houses, and we stocked our houses with nuts and berries and all kinds of things that we could eat. And we were dead set that we were just going to live there on the hill in our styrofoam houses. This tastes like that summer. I know that doesn't make sense to any of you, but that's what this makes me feel like. And it makes me feel like a kid, and it makes me feel happy, and it makes me miss my grandparents, and it makes me happy. This is a happy booze. Julia says it's pronounced okay, Yeevee Healy. that's not a thing. No, that's not a thing. What? Okay. Benzane. I need help. What is pronounced Yeevee? This is not. No, it's pronounced Orahovic. It's Orahovic. It won't focus. I forgot to change the settings on my camera, I think. Yeevee. Man, I feel like you're messing with me just to get oh, that's the cheers. Gotcha. Heavy. No, I've never heard that. G? Is it Yeevee or G Lee? GV? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Cheers. Cheers to a booze that makes me taste like that summer when I was a kid. I don't care. That's great. But we do have things to talk about. Man, should have got a bigger bottle. If anybody sees this, get it. All right. First story. Let's dive into it because there's some fun stuff happening this week. Hang on. Just as a reminder, you can call into the show. I feel like this is the wrong button. Let's see. Oh, there it is. You can call into the show. 567-70-DRINK. 567-703-7465. You can call in. And hang on, my wife is texting me. She says, oh, no, it's, let's see. No, she's taking the kids to a movie tomorrow. Hang on, we got to respond. All right. That's fine. Cheers. There we go. And then we should take a selfie. Here we go, so she knows that, here we go. Turn it this way. Okay. There we go. And we'll send that because we're live. And we'll say hashtag TWP. She says, thanks, sorry, it's TWP time. Whatever. You can call into the show. 567-70-DRINK. It's already off the rails. What are we doing? Marco says Inside Out 2. Yeah, I think that's what they're seeing. Is that the one with like the feelings or something? I don't know. Let's see. Josh is chiming in. He says he's having a Columbus peach Bodie. Yeah, that sounds good. I still want smoked peach beers. I don't know why we can't get more smoked peach beers. All right. Let's get into the first story tonight because it's a big one. Like if you are emotional about local breweries. Ugh. I burped and it tasted like walnuts. Humble Monk. We're not dead yet. Humble Monk is still alive. I love these guys. I love them so much. I can't even tell you. And when we did the show about a month ago or whatever it was, they let us know there were things in the works and they were hopefully going to stay as close as they could possibly stay. And as soon as they could possibly tell us about it, they would. And today is the day. They're staying in the neighborhood. They're like, I don't know, quarter mile down the road. If you head around the corner from where their tap room is now, they are building a tap room. I don't know all of the details about how they're making this work. My assumption is this is one of two announcements that we'll probably see from them. Elijah says, I suggested a smoked peach, small batch beer, urban artifact. Scott and Scotty did not like the idea of an all smoke small batch month. We'll see what we can do. I'm so excited about this. I feel like at some point I got drunk in this building. I don't really remember the details, but I remember going here for a party. And it was a really long time ago, and the building was not in great shape. So I'm excited to see what it looks like, how this all factors into Humble Monk and to where they're going with their story. But yeah, we'll see. Elijah says the building looks amazing. It's perfect for them. It isn't big enough. Josh says it looks like a Masonic lodge. I'm sure it was at some point. Yeah, it's not big enough. They need a space where they can have production, and I know that it looks like there's some space behind it and everything. This is not it. This is not the end of the story for Humble Monk. We're gonna see something else. That's my opinion. Julia says it's right across the street from a gelato place. Yes, it is. And still in the neighborhood. It's still walkable from urban. Parking, we'll see. It's probably not ideal. It's probably not what they wanted, but it's a piece of what they want. Marco says it looks like a house that was used as a hospital during the Civil War. Also, probably was that. Point is, they've focused really hard on trying to find a way to stay in their neighborhood and with their community, which I think is really, really important as you see some of these places. Colin says, smoked peach is now firmly on my radar. Yes. Give it to me. Smoked peach lager. Yeah. Even if you don't go lager, like a smoked peach goza, like, man, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of fun things you could do with smoked peach. Smoked peach is like the perfect flavor. I'm not a huge fan of peach beers. But you add that smoke factor into it, and like it's a whole different ballgame. Julia says that Google Earth view shows what looks like a huge extra building connected to the back. Not sure if that's all part of the property though. Don't know. But I don't know. Smoke peach gold nail. No gold nail. No. I need something else. I'm excited. I'm thrilled to see them staying in their neighborhood, at least for now. Or I don't want to word it that way. I think they will always stay in their neighborhood, but they may expand some kind of production outside of their neighborhood, and I want people to be ready for that and understand that this may not be the end of the story. I don't know. We'll see. All right, let's keep moving. I don't know. Okay, there we go. Voodoo announced that they were opening their doors in Westchester this last weekend, Father's Day weekend. And then they said, never mind. Hang on. We gotta do something. I don't know what that thing is. I don't know what it was. But then they shifted their date, and they got a new date, and they are now opening, in theory. We'll see. But it opens up this really, really... There's a couple fun conversations that are happening right now about craft beer, and one of them is this invasive species taproom thing that's happening, which I don't think is bad, but I think it's different, and I think that there are some invasive species that are okay, and I think there are some that are not. And why are some better than others? I'm spending like way more time than I want to admit, like in the evenings, diving through articles and writing things and trying to understand how I feel about all of this. And Voodoo is kind of at the top of my list of one of those places that I can't really understand how I feel about them. I've never had, other than the price, because it is a little expensive, I've never had a bad experience at Voodoo. The beer is good. I think that if we, as beer drinkers, can give them time to kind of shift and evolve, I think the tap rooms maybe will be good. I don't know. I'm torn on it. I don't know that we need it. I don't know that I want it, but I don't know that I dislike it either, if any of that makes sense. Julia says, if they have multiple locations in the same city, I feel like one should be called Voodoo and the other Hoodoo. It's even on that note, I think that there are 3 Voodoo tap rooms in Las Vegas, before they determined that there were enough in Las Vegas. How does that math make sense that there are 3 maxes out a city like Las Vegas and 2 is okay here in Cincinnati? There is no way that people aren't going to get confused and think that downtown and Westchester are the same owners, which they're not. It's a franchise model, so the people that own downtown are very different than the people that own Westchester, even though they're buying the beer from the same brewery. It's all just going to confuse people, and I don't know. It's weird. Marco says Westchester is the Las Vegas of Westchester. I agree with that, although there is no El Sushi anymore. I mean, there is still El Sushi. It's just not called El Sushi. It's still delicious. It is still as fun as it was, but it's not called El Sushi. I don't know, man. I think that Westchester isn't the Vegas of anything. Let's be honest. No, I mean, Marco's onto something with that. Westchester, parts of Westchester are definitely like this like there's something about it, and I don't want to call it fake because I feel like that's taking something away from some of the places that are there, but there is something artificial about it. And I don't know how that factors into the bigger picture of tap rooms and places that are opening or places that are not opening or places that one open, or I don't know, but there is something. And Westchester right now doesn't feel right sometimes. El Sushi should not exist. I don't care what part of town we're in. El Sushi is not a thing. And if you know, you know. I'm not going to go into details. If you know, you know. It's so good, though. This is a bad show. I feel like at some point I'm going to walk into the place that serves El Sushi, and they're going to look at me and they're like, "Hey, you're not welcome here anymore." I feel like it's going to happen. I almost felt that way last time. I feel like that's why El Sushi is gone. Julia says, in that aspect, the facade kind of feeling, sure, but as far as the entertainment, party, etc. side of things, it's mid. Yeah, that's Vegas. That is Vegas. It's all mid. It's all just kind of fake. Good thing it's not a show. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm worried about where some of these communities, some of these pockets are going with the breweries that are opening. Not that I'm afraid of the beer or the people or what they're doing. I'm afraid of the other places that are going to happen around them. Christine says, "Woohoo! Finally caught a Weekly Pint live. Welcome." It's a weird one. We're drinking walnuts in a glass, and it's really freaking good. Michael says they buy the beer from Voodoo. The beer's not bad. The beer's just if you here's the thing. If you forced me to describe what craft beer is right now, and I wrote it down on a piece of paper, and then I mailed it off to a brewery, and they made that beer. That's what Voodoo is. It's exactly what craft beer is. The beer is fine. It's tasty. But it just doesn't make me feel anything. Robert says the Voodoo in Knoxville had a nice mix of Voodoo beers, but also some other great local Knoxville breweries. Not sure what the tap list is here downtown. Yeah, I think there's a couple guest taps. I I think that's up to individual tap rooms to decide how much guest taps versus voodoo taps they have. But there definitely are guest taps. I don't know how that breaks down. There's dinging happen. That is okay. It's Julia. She's drinking something and sending me pictures. It's fine. Let's see. Michael says Voodoo's a good brewery. It's a fine brewery. It's fine. I didn't say good. Christine wants to know if it's alcoholic walnuts or non-alcoholic walnuts. No, it's booze walnuts. And she also says, "Hi, Julia from YouTube land." Eric says, "YouTubia, YouTubeopia." Everybody's now just saying hi to everybody. Hi, everybody. All right. More liquefied walnuts. It's really freaking good. If I hadn't thrown the bottle that way, I'd tell you what it was called again. Or a something. YouTubistan. It's great. It's sweet, which is true for just about every kind of liqueur. That's part of the personality of what makes a liqueur a liqueur. Let's wrap things up because those are my stories that I have to talk about. I'm drinking walnuts. Walnuts in my face. Things have been incredibly busy over the last couple weeks in a very good way. Business-wise, things are doing amazing, and we're just continually growing and building. And hopefully that means that at some point I'll have more free time to dedicate to podcasts and to building something else. Hopefully, that's the idea. Marco says that's why Voodoo is so expensive relatively. The beer markup is just like any restaurant. It's not a brewery. There's something to that, but the beer's not bad. It's just, relatively speaking, for what you're paying, you expect something else, and it's just it doesn't match that. I think. No, I don't know. We'll see. Julie says, drinking with the gnome question. Binsky's, is that what used to be campsite sculpture park? I have no idea. I'm going to say no. It was a building. It's a bar. It's a building. I don't know what the space next to them used to be. I don't know. Don't know the answer. It's a bar. Binsky's Bar. Go there. Michael says, fun fact, Ohio state law says you can't sell beer cheaper to one customer over the other. So enterprising beer could just order the same beer at whatever price these breweries are getting it. Yeah, so yeah. is not wrong. When you price a beer, depending on how you're buying that beer, you are locked into the price of how you're buying it. Julia says it was the green space, like 2 lots from the corner of Towns, whatever that street is. Maybe. I don't know off the top of my head. Colin says astronaut food is not in West Side's lane. We look for balance, and that is, as far as I can tell, like the complete opposite of astronaut food. Yeah, that's not a balanced beer. Astronaut food is a experiment on what you can do with beer and with fruit and science. It's an experiment, and it's a great experiment, and they do a really good job with what that is. But it's not something that like most people will just want to sit around and like drink. It's not drinking beer, which in my opinion is the wheelhouse of West Side. It's drinking beer. It's beer that you want to drink. You want to sit around with your friends and you want to just drink it. You want to pound it and maybe talk about it. Hopefully people are talking about it, but maybe not. You just want to drink it. It's drinking beer. Even if you're drinking a Tippo, you're still drinking it. Julia says, we'll discuss it at Kolsch night. Colin says, beer is for drinking. I support that. Elijah says, I'm still thinking my way around a smoked peach beer, contemplating the base. I like the idea of peach goza smoked, like the little bit of salt. That's where my brain goes, but that's me. Christine says, I would drink astronaut food every day if I had infinite money. That's a bad idea. That's how you get in fights with people. Marco says, BC's grand opening was awesome. Yeah, we didn't talk about BC's. BC's is amazing. I'm excited for what their tap room is going to look like. It's not big enough, and I'll have an article at some point talking about kind of where they're at. But yeah, tap room's great, beer's great. I think it's going to do really, really well there in that spot, and yeah, we'll see. It's going to be busy. It's going to be too busy for the inside space at some point as the weather cools down. That's my thoughts. We'll talk about it on a future episode. In the meantime, Peach Lichtenheiner. All right. There's a lot of fun peach beers that you could do. I appreciate all of you guys. Cheers to everybody. Go get yourself some liquified walnuts. I don't remember the name of it. It's over there. Just go back. Go back to the beginning of the episode. You can find what it was. It was like, I don't know. I can see the bottle. I don't know. It was good. It's sweet. Just be prepared. All right. We'll be back next week. I have to find all of the buttons now because I still have not fixed anything about the show. Why are we still here? I don't know. Christine says it. The hell sounds wonderful. Yep. Smoke Beach Hellas if you want to focus on the fruit beer. Hellas, you want to. Okay. Yep. I can get behind that. Back. Everybody's back. I'm back. I'm not back. I'll be back next week. We're coming back next week. This show happens every Monday. If you like this, if you like me sitting here drunkenly drinking walnut liqueur and talking about breweries that I have no business talking about, you can support this and all of the things I do by going to thegnarlygnome.com/support. And hopefully we'll be back next week. Cheers, everybody. I appreciate all of you. Even if sometimes I'm not able to make the show happen, it just sometimes life comes first. And at that, actually, I think nope. Next week we're good. Next week the show will happen as normal. We are going on vacation that week also, so I don't know. Actually, maybe next week won't happen as normal. I don't know. The next couple weeks are going to be a little chaotic, as everything always is. So stay tuned. We'll see how it all works out. Yeah, we'll see. Have a good walnut week. Life finds a way. It always does. We'll see you guys. Cheers. Thank you very much. I love every one of you so much. go to thegnarlygnome.com/support if you want to support this and all of the shows that I do, because that helps. It helps me buy walnut liqueur. Cheers, guys. Now here's the big question. What kind of cocktail can we make out of walnut liqueur? Bailey's, rum, I don't know. This is going to be fun. Just a bunch of rum. We're dumping rum in it. If we can actually talk seriously about it, it kind of tastes like, it does remind me of Kahlua a lot. I feel like it would be a good base for some kind of Black Russian something or other. I don't know. Stay tuned. We'll figure it out. Cheers, everybody.